Yes, people, welcome back to Talking Wolves and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. We're going to be looking at the latest transfer news and rumours in today's video, guys. Been quite a lot over the last few days since the last video, to be fair, so lots to get into. Let's jump straight into it. And the biggest piece of transfer news over the last 48 hours or so is that Wolves are reportedly looking to sign the brother of Mario Lemina, Noha Lemina, currently at PSG, out on loan at Sampdoria in the second division of Italy right now, but it looks like PSG are going to cut that loan short and allow Noha Lemina to join Wolves on an initial loan deal. This is a really interesting signing because, of course, when fans realise brothers of players play for different teams, this is one that flagged up, and Lemina is obviously quite highly rated in France. Of course, they've had a very difficult situation with their family over the last couple of months or so. So I think, this would be quite useful for both players if this move did come to fruition. Like I said, a really talented young player. I don't think he's someone that's going to be thrown straight into the first team and make a huge impact straight away. But I think what the loan will allow Wolves to do is have a look at Noah, see his quality as a footballer, see how he'll fit into Wolves long term, and we'll probably see him play under 21 games and maybe the appearance on the bench and maybe some cameo appearances towards the end of the season as well. But obviously no real fees as of yet, but this is concrete news. Some big outlets reporting on this now, and I'm really excited to see how this move does and how if it comes to fruition, how he'll do at Wolves. You look at his numbers so far this season, he's struggled in terms of getting league appearances for Sampdoria. So PSG obviously aren't going to be too happy with that loan move. But if he can come into Wolves and make an impact, that would be interesting. And I'm excited. A really talented young footballer. Like I said, pretty much one for the future, which I'm sure some people won't be 100% happy about. But definitely a quality signing for Wolves and one that's, will send us in the right sort of direction. Now, there's been plenty of news about Sasa Kalajdzic over the last few weeks or so. Gary O'Neill made it pretty clear a week or so ago that at the moment he's counting on Sasa Kalajdzic, but that's not to say that Kalajdzic was going to be not leaving the club. Now, it's been just reported this evening that Eintracht Frankfurt, who've been pretty much the front runners throughout the whole of this saga, his move there is now pretty much complete. There's been an agreement with all parties, even Wolves have agreed it, but Wolves will only let Sasa Kalajdzic go once they sign a striker of their own. No real clear rumours on Wolves' striker situation as of yet, but it looks like Sasa Kalajdzic will be leaving the club before the end of the month. And at the moment, it looks like it's going to be going to Eintracht Frankfurt in the German Bundesliga. One of the strikers that have been linked, very early days on this one, that Wolves have apparently inquired about, is another PSG player. It's the PSG forward Hugo Ekitike. Now, a player that Wolves were heavily linked with even before he went to PSG back in the day, and a really talented forward, again, before he's moved to PSG. For whatever reason, it's not worked out. Obviously, he's going to be on quite a bit of money. There, again, have been rumours or whispers of slight attitude problems there, which we don't want to talk about too much. But again, a very talented forward and somebody that I actually think would work with Wolves and how we want to play right now. A loan deal with an option to buy in the summer, I think, would be perfect for Wolves. Obviously, perfect for PSG if we're going to be covering most of that wage as well. But we'll wait and see. A lot of French speakers in the Wolves team at the moment. So this one, I think, I wouldn't be against it. And let's wait and see. Players like Pablo Sarabia, who've been at PSG previously. If you're bringing in Lemina as well, there's quite a lot of links there to Hugo Ekitike. So let's see if this move does come to fruition. A player that may well be staying out on loan is Goncalo Guedes. He's a player that we spoke about a little bit on the podcast. I spoke a little bit about him on the last video. I think on the last video I mentioned that Valencia, Villarreal and a club in Saudi Arabia were looking at him. But apparently now Villarreal are the favourites to sign Goncalo Guedes, mainly because their current manager is Marcelino, who's the former Valencia boss, where Guedes probably had his best moments so far as a football player. Of course, the Spanish club would have to make an agreement with Wolves, and then Benfica would also have to agree to cut the loan deal short, which I think they probably would do because Guedes is really struggling to get minutes there at the moment. And not that he would get in the Portugal squad, but a lot of these players are going to be looking at the international tournaments in the summer and thinking, if I can have a really strong second half to the season, who's to say that I won't be in the national team squad for the Euros? But Wolves really are desperate to get rid of Guedes. I don't think it will be a permanent deal, but like I said, I think on the previous video, get him out on loan, get him some minutes, and obviously try and get the value as good as it can be going into the summer, where Wolves will more than likely look to cut their losses and get a permanent deal. Another player linked today is Fenerbahce right back Bright Asayi Samuel. Currently, like I said, playing for Fenerbahce, 26 years of age. Right back, right wing back, right winger. Wolves are amongst a couple of teams, including Crystal Palace and Leeds, that are reportedly interested in him. Did previously play in England. He would be classed as homegrown, which I think would be a big plus for Wolves as well. I believe he was previously at Blackpool and QPR back in the day, but doing okay in Turkey right now. It's thought that it would be available for around 10 million euros. Doesn't seem to be an area that Wolves are particularly focusing on. But I think the versatility, if Wolves were able to play him as a right winger as well as a right wing back, I think that would be an interesting one. At 10 million euros and him being a homegrown talent, there's a lot of pros to this deal. But very early days on that one. That report did come from Turkey. And like I've said before, I seem to say at least once a transfer window. Reports from Turkey normally you would have to take with quite a pinch of salt, because they're not normally the most reliable, if I'm completely honest. Reports in France suggesting that Wolves apparently are one of the teams interested in signing West Ham winger Said Benrahma. Again, an interesting report, this one, because I do think he'd work at Wolves. I think he'd be a player that has a lot of talent and, I think would be a big boost to the Wolves squad. Lyon and Fulham are also said to be interested in him. But the value at the moment, the asking price that West Ham have got is around 23 million euros, which is quite expensive, or quite a lot more than you would expect Wolves to pay for Benrahma. But again, this one's coming from Foot Mercato, quite a reliable source. They were the ones that broke the Jean-Rickner Bellegarde story in the summer. So we'll keep our eye on that one. Obviously, Lyon at the moment, I think, are the front runners, but Premier League experience is what Wolves wanted, and Benrahma not really set the world alight at West Ham, but still definitely got quality, which I think Wolves will be interested in maybe adding to the team. Now, a couple of other players potentially leaving the club. Luke Kundal is one. Quite a surprising piece of news. Well, I say that, not surprising, because I think Wolves made it clear in the summer they would be open to selling him. But he's had an okay start to the season at Plymouth, and I do feel sorry for Plymouth. If you do follow the Football League here in England, that they had an okay start to the season. They're getting a lot of players either recalled or getting sold under their noses, really. So this could be another one, unfortunately, for them. But Wolves apparently are open to selling Luke Kundal on a permanent deal. Currently, Stoke and Bristol City in the Championship are leading a number of the Championship clubs looking to sign him permanently this month. Wolves, apparently, according to Liam Keane of the Express and Star, will consider bids of around £2 million. Now, I think Kundal's numbers and how well he's been in the Championship probably warrant Wolves squeezing a bit more than that. Probably closer to at least the £5 million mark. Of course, we had this argument and discussion when Ryan Giles left to join Luton in the summer. There was a lot of argument and discussion about that fee. But ultimately, Wolves will back themselves up. They'll get a sell-on clause. They'll probably get a buyback clause as well. And ultimately, try and claw that little bit of money back to help the financial fair play, which Wolves are desperate at doing still right now. So I think this deal is inevitable, whether it's now or whether it's in the summer. I think Luke Kundal will leave on a permanent deal. And it's just waiting to see who it will go to. But I think it'll be a good signing for any Championship side, really. So we'll wait and see on that one. Another under-21 player is left on loan. It's Owen Hesketh. He's gone out on loan to Kidderminster Harriers. Hesketh is a really talented player. He was actually named on the bench. I think it was against Chelsea in the Premier League as well. So this one's probably to test the waters out. Give him 6 months with Kidderminster Harriers, see what level he's at, and hopefully get a much better loan move, you would assume, next summer as well. But big move for him. Very talented player. Just got to keep his fitness and into men's football now. Let's see how he can get on. And just to finish off, obviously we're playing Brentford tomorrow in the FA Cup. Gary O'Neill had a press conference earlier on today, confirmed that Mario Lemina is still absent, so he won't be part of the squad. Obviously still with his family in France right now. But he has also confirmed that he wants to take the FA Cup very seriously this year, and Wolves will be going there with as strong a team as he can put out to go and win the game. So that's good news for Wolves fans. Of course, we all have a cup run, and with Wolves doing quite well in the league, it'd be really nice to get a cup run and see us do quite well in the FA Cup. And hopefully Gary O'Neill is the man that can help us do that. So, guys, do let me know your thoughts. Lots of transfer news to get into today. Be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll be back after the Brentford game with my reaction to that match. And I'll catch you all very, very soon.